Legal practitioners use Wesley Girls Senior High School over alleged practices that infringes on the religious rights of Muslim students.
Also ahead in the bulletin tonight, hundreds of travelers heading home for Christmas struggling to bus terminals in parts of Accra.
Coming up in business news, analysts sound caution on Ghana's 2025 financial sector outlook, citing resumption of debt repayments.
And elsewhere, Mozambique's main opposition leader vows to install himself as president on January 15 after rejecting his defeat in the presidential elections. We've got details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on X. Let's begin from the Electoral Commission head office, from where the Electoral Commission is holding a closed-door inter-party advisory committee meeting to discuss the two outstanding constituencies whose relocation have been put on hold, while the Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North recollation were suspended due to failure of the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress to provide hard copies of the pink sheets required to resolve their discrepancies. While this emergency IPAC meeting, among other things, seeks to resolve the issue with the Electoral Commission, promising to declare MPs for the affected constituencies before January 6, 2025. My colleague Christian Yale is at the EC headquarters and has updates.
All right, so Pakwesi, what we know is that there have been controversies following the parliamentary elections, and we know that there were 9 outstanding constituencies that were not declared. Just last Saturday, the Electoral Commission undertook a recollation and a redeclaration. Out of the 9, we know that the NPP has won 7 out of the 9. There are 2 more constituencies, including the Ablekuma North constituency and also the Dom Kwabenya constituency. What we know is that this emergency IPAC, which is a closed door one currently ongoing, is discussing these 2 outstanding constituencies, Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North. We know that earlier in the day, the Electoral Commission held a press conference, in which press conference the Deputy Director in charge of Corporate Affairs, Dr. Eric Bosman Asare, indicated that before the swearing in on January 6, 2025, they would ensure that these 2 constituencies have their MPs declared for them. And so this IPAC meeting is seeking to more or less reach a consensus. So the political parties are here. The National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is here. I've seen Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, the Deputy Director of Elections and IT, who is here. We also have the New Patriotic Party. I have seen Evans Nimakon, the Director of Elections for NPP, who is also there, among other political parties like the PNC, whose chairman is here. And so that is the main conversation, or the big ticket item that is being discussed at this IPAC meeting. And so, I mean, we know that earlier in the day, during that press conference that the Electoral Commission had, you know, there have been issues about whether or not it is legal or not for the EC to undertake recollation of some of the results that were even earlier declared. And we know that, you know, Dr. Eric Bosman Asare sought to, let me see if I can engage. Okay, so he is in a hurry. He wouldn't want to talk right now. But Dr. Bosman Eric Asare made the point that this is not the first time that the Electoral Commission has undertaken conducting, a recollation exercise. He cited several examples from 1998, for instance, an instance in Commander Edna Egwafo Abrim. He also cited another instance in 2004 in the Puru constituency, some in Tolong. There was another in, Zabzugu, as well as other constituencies under the then chairman of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Kwadwo Afarijan. And so he made the point and made it very strongly that this is not the first time that the Electoral Commission is undertaking a recollation exercise. But in all of these conversations, one thing that really stands out is about the political future of these two constituencies. Should it happen that they are unable to get their representatives or get MPs declared for them for the next parliament, then it becomes a very chaotic situation like what we've seen in other constituencies like in Sal and what you have. And so we have pitched camp here. We are trying to see that by the end of it all, we'll get reactions. But you know that the NDC, for instance, has raised issues about all of this. And Dr. Tanko Computer earlier, when I engaged him off record, had issues, but he didn't want to let them out until it is all done and dusted. Once that is done, we'll get their reactions and update our viewers subsequently. Back to you in the studios, Pakwesi.
Thank you, Christian Yale, for the very latest updates from the Electoral Commission, where we told there's going to be an IPAC meeting involving the various political parties to discuss a way forward regarding the outstanding two constituencies.
And the Electoral Commission has meanwhile assured constituents of Ablekuma North and Dom Kwabinya that their members of parliament-elect will be declared before the inauguration of the new parliament. The declaration of results in the two constituencies were delayed due to failure of the NPP and NDC to submit hard copies of pink sheets required to resolve outstanding discrepancies.
Addressing the media, Dr. Bosman Osara defended the EC's decision to recollate some parliamentary election results. According to him, contrary to claims of illegality, the Commission was not engaging in any illegal activities by recollating the results.
It has been stated by some people that the recollation the Commission is doing is illegal. This is because the CI says after declaration you cannot recollate. We wish to state that this is false. It is important to note that the Commission cannot uphold an illegality. What happened at the collation centers where the collations were done without all the polling station results and where people were held to the gun and knives cannot be legal, and the Commission will not uphold this.
Dr. Sari emphasized that recollation is neither unprecedented, referencing similar instances under previous EC administrations.
It is important to know that this is not the first time this has happened. It has happened before. Declarations that we do not recollate are those that follow due process. The current ones are an illegality and they cannot be upheld by the Commission under the leadership of our former chairman, Dr. Kwadwo Afarijan. What is being done now is not new. There are a lot of historical antecedents.
Turning his attention to the two outstanding constituencies, Dom Kwabinya and Ablekuma North, Dr. Sari expressed optimism that their results would be finalized and members of parliament-elect declared before January 7.
We are hopeful that the two outstanding constituencies will have their members of parliament-elect very, very soon, way before the swearing in parliament. The Commission will be beating over the two, and we'll have a lot of discussion with our stakeholders. That's why in our line of work, when the return officer, we have other ways of addressing every problem we face is solvable.
A reminder, so watching News 360 live from our news hub here at Adisawe in Kanda, Accra. Now to other stories, two NPP stalwarts, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and Professor Frimpong Boateng, have expressed disappointment in the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, over the recollation of some 9 disputed constituencies. A retired military general, Joseph Nunu Mensah, is equally averse to the position of the EC. Now speaking to 3FM Sunrise host Johnny Hughes, they said the move is a grand scheme between government and the Commission to cause anarchy.
We do apologize for the loss of sound. In more news tonight, although not complete regarding its members, more than 2 weeks after the general elections, the 9th Parliament has already set several records. In this explainer, Judith Brown highlights some of the interesting facts about the upcoming 9th Parliament.
The 9th Parliament of 2025 is shaping up to be a fascinating entity with a mix of seasoned politicians and fresh faces. This eclectic group of lawmakers promises to be dynamic and unpredictable, and the context of parliamentary proceedings would be shaped by lively debates and collaboration. It will also go down in history as the very first in a competitive election since the inception of the Fourth Republic to vote a lopsided 2/3 majority in a 276-seat legislature. Now, the overwhelming majority empowers the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, to wield legislative power to pass bills and motions with minimal resistance from the minority.
Workings of Parliament, particularly holding the government to account, in my humble opinion, is going to suffer because of the portrait and the configuration of the 9th Parliament. High levels of representation from a ruling party usually is not good for oversight, it's not good for accountability, unless the NDC decides to use the mandate differently.
It would also have 4 independent candidates, as was the case in 2000, 2008 and 2012. But that's not all. With a mean age of 48 years, the 9th Parliament will have at least 41 members under the age of 40, an indication of a legislature likely to be dominated by youthful, energized legislators. The oldest parliamentarian will be the policy analyst and MP for Asin North from the Central Region, James Jechi Kwesing, at 71 years old, closely matched in age by lawyer and MP for Laura, Bidi Zeding, and Nandom MP, Richard Query. The oldest female would be MP for Doma East, Usua Rachel Ama, who is 68 years old. In the 9th Parliament, 28 MPs are in their 60s and comfortably pass as parents for new entrants like Ataisa of Sagnaregu, Millicent Yeboamankwa of Sunyani West, and the Nuno MP, Al-Hassan Suleimana, who are just 32 years old.
The new entrants will bring in a lot of energy, they will bring in a lot of novelty, and then particularly the young ones, will represent the voices of the huge majority of our population. If they put their energies together and work in the interest of the people that they represent, then the 9th Parliament in our country is going to be different. However, if they go in and it becomes business as usual, then the change and the renewal that we have seen would not amount to very much.
In terms of occupation, the 9th Parliament is a mixed bag, just like any parliament before it. A cursory look at the occupations found in by incoming members of Parliament while filling out their parliamentary candidacy form reveals over 36 individuals identifying as lawyers or legal practitioners, 29 could be described as entrepreneurs, 24 as members of Parliament or legislators, 14 as accountants, 8 as politicians, and 6 medical doctors. All other members, however, provide unique occupations. MP for Ketu South, Jifa Gumashi, for instance, referenced theatre artists as her occupation, with Doma East MP Osua Rachel Ama being the only midwife in the 9th Parliament. And while MP-elect for Setre Afram Plains, Nasira Afra Jechi, claims to be a philanthropist, newly elected 2nd DMP Blay Nyamike Ama stated he's unemployed.
Over the years, even those with very serious professions, once they get into Parliament, we have seen tendency to
A reminder, so watching News 360, this is our major news bulletin for the day. Now, expect your results released on or before December 29 if you sat for the 2024 West African Senior High School certificate examinations, which were delayed due to government indebtedness. Sector Minister Dr. Yao Osei Educhum assured that 50% of the work has already been done, which makes the timeline feasible. My colleague George Quenin reports.
The operations have resumed to ensure that the 2024 WASSCE results are released, which have been delayed due to government indebtedness.
I came to apprise myself of developments in terms of the fact that they are working now through the holidays to get the results out on or before 29th of this month. So I came and I saw the workers scanning is being done. Close to 50% is done. They assure me by the end of the day, over 50% of scanning will be completed.
The sector minister, Dr. Yawase Duchum, who paid an unannounced visit, was satisfied at the level of work so far. He was unable to tell when the remaining funds would be paid.
I've had very good discussions with my head of nation. We are on the same page. Work will be completed.
We are yet to know when students will report to the various tertiary institutions.
I will not be able to, give specifics on that. Certainly, you may have to speak to a GES for more details. Of course, if I also have briefing from there, I'll be able to speak to it. But for today, what I can speak of head has to do with our visit here.
Stakeholders have expressed concern about the results delay, and for the Dean of the UPSA Law School, Professor Ernest Kofi Abochi, the delay is a true reflection of the deep crisis the educational sector is saddled with. George Quenin, TV3 News, WIAC Office, Accra.
Still on education, a legal practitioner has sued Wesley Girls Senior High School over what he claims are policies prohibiting the belief and observance of Islam by Muslim students. Shafiq Osman is seeking relief over practices he says infringes on the religious rights of Muslim students. Shafiq Osman, the plaintiff, is challenging the policies of Wesley Girls Senior High School, the Ghana Education Service, and the Attorney General. He contends that the school's policy violates fundamental rights protected under Articles 12, 17, 21, and 26 of the 1992 Constitution. He further claims that compelling students to participate in compulsory religious practices, specifically Methodism, contravenes constitutional guarantees. The plaintiff is seeking several declarations from the Supreme Court, including a declaration that the policies are discriminatory, violate international human rights principles, and establish a particular religion in a public institution. He's also requesting a perpetual injunction to restrain Wesley Girls and the Ghana Education Service from enforcing such policies.
The severity of cholera cases being recorded in parts of the country is set to be subsiding. The Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Franklin Asiedu Bequin, tells TV3 the Ashanti region has also recorded some cases, bringing the number of regions affected to 5, with over 10 districts recording cases. He wants the general public to watch what they eat during the festive season.
As of November 27, Ghana recorded 2,385 suspected cases of cholera, out of which 196 were confirmed, with 21 deaths. Currently, the numbers have increased. The alarming rate of fatalities have prompted the health service to adopt additional interventions aimed at containing the disease. Currently, the Greater Accra, Eastern, Central, Western and Ashanti are the 5 regions recording cases, with more than 10 districts affected. The Western and Central regions remain the disease hub, currently hosting the hotspot districts. Although cases are still being recorded, they remain mild.
There are pockets in other regions, and then recently we have also about 3 or 4 confirmed cases in Ashanti. So if we want to look at it by regions, the dominant regions are Greater Accra, Central and Western. Just recently, we are getting pockets of cases in the central part of the Accra Metro. So our focus now is on Western. And I would say over the past a week, you can see that the caseload is better.
According to the Director of Public Health, the fundamental cause of the disease is poor hygiene and lack of access to potable water, which puts everyone at risk, especially during this Christmas season.
We are in a festive mood. We have a cholera outbreak. The bacteria can move from one person to another, but there's a way we can prevent it. Do you understand? So let's be cautious when we are putting anything in our mouth, whatever we are drinking. And we've tried to kind of also vaccinate our health workers so that they are also not falling prey to the bacteria.
The service has made requests for more vaccines, which has widely complemented efforts in containing the spread of the infection.
In One News Tonight, the Makola market today was bustling with activity as traders geared up for the Christmas festivities. While some traders expressed dissatisfaction with sales, others recognized that they have seen decent sales.
It's the eve to Christmas, and as usual, the market square is packed with quite a number of people who are coming in and out to purchase one or two, some merchandise, Christmas items to celebrate Christmas. We'll be interacting with some vendors, traders, some customers who are at the market, particularly at the Makola market in Accra.
Sales are going well. I primarily sell makeup, but I also offer Christmas items during the season. Last year, this item was priced at 10 cedis. This year, it is only 4 cedis. Last year, we said Christmas was poor, but this year is even worse. Many people are at the market, but they lack money to buy, so our items remain unsold.
They are not buying. They are disturbing us. Come and ask this one how much? They will not buy. No money is in the system.
Why is that happening?
Why the system is doing that? The price. Maybe it's the price. The price is too high. Oh, and your money there top. And crying your money at top.
People are buying, especially children's clothes. Many are selling at the markets, but we'll all manage to make some sales by the end of the day. Some buyers have successfully met their purchasing goals, whilst others have not.
Let's say things are available though, but the cost of prices and the prices are very high. Okay, as compared to previous years where when you come with a particular sum of money, you know the target you are trying to meet. But now, the target you set and then what you get here is very low.
Just came to took some clothes. To me, things are okay for me because in the house things are much more expensive there. But here, I think things are very good here.
It has been a mixed reaction from the vendors, especially the traders who are the markets, and also the customers and people who are coming in to buy. Some say that it hasn't been a good experience for them because they budgeted an amount of money to be spent, but their target was not met. This is what is happening at Makola Market right here in Accra.
Safwa Bohin, TV3 News, Accra.
Elsewhere, hundreds of travelers heading home for Christmas have been left struggling at bus terminals in parts of Accra. For many, especially the working class, Christmas Eve presents the perfect opportunity to leave the bustling city and journey to their hometowns to spend the festive season with family and loved ones. My colleague Godwin Asediba reports major bus terminals are overwhelmed.
I am just around Kimbu, a very busy place, especially when it gets to the festive season. Due to the traffic, a lot of people will have to resort to using motorcycles or Okada, just as you can see me doing. And this is to ensure that I will be able to maneuver my way through to give you the excellent report and get to show you some of the things that people will have to go through to ensure that they are not only buying stuff for the festive season, but they are also traveling to their various destinations to ensure that they will get to connect with their families again who are in their villages so that they will be able to have a memorable celebration. The traffic is just quite thick around the Kimbu area. Earlier, I was at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where we had quite a number of people traveling all the way to Nkoko, to the Ashanti region, Kumasi, and also to Obuasi as well. The find this time very interesting and also a loving moment just for them to be able to connect with their families. And just as I am protected in my helmet as well, I am moving through the traffic just to be able to get to some travelers who are also getting ready to head to Ho to connect with their families, just to be able to have a memorable celebration and get to connect with them as well. I'm sure you can clearly see that quite a number of people are also seen around trying to buy one or two things together At this point, I will just park and move on to some of the vehicles so that we can be able to connect and also have an interesting interaction with people, some who have come here to shop and others who are traveling all the way to their various places, especially where most of them are from, so that they will be able to have a memorable festive season. How long have you been in Ghana, and what does this season mean to you?
This season is more like any other season.
Right.
Yeah, and I've been in Ghana for more than 18 years now. Apart from going on and off, like going and coming, I've been in Ghana for more than 18 years now.
Right. So it's not just about the local travel. Quite a number of people are also traveling all the way to Nigeria. So this will tell you what this season in particular means to quite a lot of people. And you can see that quite a number of buses and cars are also leaving the various terminals to their various destinations. Also, when you visit the various bus terminals, you will see that they are receiving quite a number of passengers. And according to some of the leaders there, it started from the 20th of December up until now. Some even can wait until evening, where they are unable to get vehicles to be able to travel to wherever they will be going to. But at this point, where it is just barely few hours to the D-Day for the festive season, we still see a lot of people shopping in here, bringing their stuff in here so that they will be able to put them in their various vehicles and also be able to head to their various destinations.
I think reconnecting with my family brings me back more joy, more memories, and I feel peaceful.
Are you traveling as well?
Yeah, I'm traveling.
Where are you heading?
Benin.
You are heading to Benin. How long have you been in Ghana?
Almost 16 years.
16 years. And have you been to Benin before, or this is the first time?
No. I'm going to come back.
You go and come back. Why did you decide to go this time around?
I'm going to celebrate the December with my people. That's why I'm going.
So you're looking at connecting with family?
Yes.
What will you be doing on Christmas Day?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Yes.
And enjoyment?
Also.
Absolutely. It's been nice talking to you. Right, so just like you heard from him as well, he's looking at reconnecting with his family just to have a memorable moment and get to feel and touch their family members again. It means a lot to all humans, if I should say, because we know when it gets to the Christmas season, it's all about love, it's all about giving, and it's all about acceptance as well. My name is Godwin Asidiba, and this is the situation here at Kimbu, just in Accra at the Central Business District.
Right, you're still watching News 360. If you just joined us, we're live on TV3, also streaming live on Facebook, and of course on your DSTV channel 279. Some news just coming in. We're told the Electoral Commission has asked the various political parties represented at the Inter-Party Advisory Committee meeting this evening to submit pink sheets of the outstanding constituencies. Meanwhile, we're also told the meeting has ended inconclusively. We'll be touching base with our correspondent shortly to give us more updates on this developing story.
In more news tonight, the Harmattan season appears to have given most Ghanaians the perfect environment reminiscent of Ghanaian Christmas fever. But while Christmas lovers are relishing a fun-filled Yuletide, especially after a major election, the Harmattan has brought in its wake dry winds, dusty skies, and maybe cooler temperatures that could present some health challenges. Christabel Success reports.
It's that time of the year again. The northeast trade winds. For some, it signals cozy mornings and cooler nights. But for others, it's a season of myriad health challenges. Dry air, dusty winds, and fluctuating temperatures can be very difficult on one's health. The dry winds sweep across West Africa every year, carrying with it tiny dust particles. While the dust may seem harmless, weather experts warn of potential risk if exposed.
For 2024, it started in November over the north, and then towards the ending, it descended over the southern sector. The one we are seeing currently, or we are experiencing currently, is the second part of it. So if the air is dry, for instance, relative humidity is as low as 20%, it will affect them. If there is no available water around for them to sprinkle on themselves to ease the dryness, definitely it will affect them.
It's not just the dust. The sudden drop in temperatures can make people more vulnerable to colds and flu. But how are people adjusting to the change in weather? From skincare routines to home remedies, everyone seems to have their own way of dealing with the Harmattan. While some may welcome the Harmattan season, it comes with respiratory illnesses such as colds, flu, and asthma attacks. A physician, Dr. Ahmed Lukman, provided some remedy.
When we're kids, how we know when Harmattan comes, our lips get broken. We used to find what we call nkuto, because any cream you use, sometimes you look pale. The air, it carries some kind of diseases or some air pollution.
What happened is that during Harmattan, I really don't have any effect based on body effect or any immune system effect. I don't really have any cough symptoms or any cold symptoms.
He also recommended frequent hand washing and keeping living places clean. One major body part the Harmattan affects is the human skin.
And then you should wear clothing that will cover you well so that your skin is also protected as well. And in as much as possible, if you can stay indoors, you would want to also stay indoors so that you limit your contact with the environment. But naturally, what we can use is shea butter, which is very good in keeping the skin moist so that you do not have this cracked lips and other things. You can also use what we call lip balms.
The Harmattan season may bring challenges, but with a little care and preparation, every Ghanaian can stay healthy and enjoy the season. Christabel Success Trevor, TV3 News, Accra.
Reminders to watching News 360. We're going to go for a short break. We'll be back with more stories.
One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply
Mommy, how did you get our name on the Pepsodent?
Sama crew. How did you get your name on the Pepsodent?
Auntie Akwele. Okay, when you're born Pepsodent face.
I want your beer no. Famous shop no here no.
Yeah, disika. Ensa. Any Pepsodent say ya trouble busi diwo.
Where do you feel like
Who buya uche?
Baby wo.
What's so to me do jinga to Pepsodent busia pack no so. But we busia se ho ban mo ho du. For we need to to e ben wo na koto Pepsodent busia pack.
This advert is FDA approved.
Nancy, me try to tasting kuyi. Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef. The way it enhances the natural aroma. Tasty Tom, dear. I trust them. And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Me need also. New aroma.
New taste.
New taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
Where the onion, Jeff?
Let one taste. This advert is FDA approved.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. We do we say to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve 10 cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't me here the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office is chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Hey guys,
So I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Uncle!
Aww. This Christmas is giving.
It's giving!
Are you ready, kids?
Sis, is the jollof ready?
It must be for kudo.
Jollof is ready!
This Christmas, it's giving the best in entertainment on DSTV. Grab a DSTV decoder or reconnect to your existing subscription and be entertained.
Now this is giving. Thank you!
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN.
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights.
Good evening and welcome to the very latest in the world of business. The Chief Executive Officer of Dalex Finance has warned that 2025 presents a mixed economic outlook for Ghana as the country continues to grapple with challenges that could be carried over from 2024. Joe Jackson observed that the extent to which government adhered to its spending targets during the election year remains to be seen, and the resumption of debt repayment raises concerns about potential impacts on interest rates.
Next year will continue to be a mixed bag because there will be continuation of the challenges of this year, and we are yet to see the full effect of the whether the government was able to keep to its spending targets or it exceeded them in an election year. There are also the issue of resuming repayments and how it will affect the interest rates. So the banks are expecting, the financial sector and the banks, we're expecting a mixed bag. In 2025, things won't be bad, but things won't be exactly good. And we're hoping that the burst of optimism that follows the election of a new year will carry everybody along.
Meanwhile, as the festive season approaches, savings and investment analyst Patrick Abankwaba is cautioning individuals and businesses to exercise financial discipline. According to Ba, being financially disciplined means aligning one's income and spending within a specific time frame.
The saving and investment analyst advice comes at a critical time when many individuals and businesses tend to overspend during the holidays. This can have several negative implications for individuals and businesses.
Most people tend to overspend without any budget, and that becomes a big hole that if care is not taken, you'll not be able to recover in the new year 2025. Whatever expense that you make around this time, it should align with your income that you're expecting in January. And as we all know, most businesses by now have paid their staff ahead of time. And if that income is not managed well, by the time you get into the middle of next month, most employees will be found wanting, especially businesses as well. Expenses that you make around this time of the year, certain capital expenditure should be managed around this time of the year so that it doesn't create some cash flow challenges in the new year.
Patrick Abankwaba cautioned overspending during the festivities could lead one going in for a loan in January, which is likely to set off a cycle of borrowing. This, he noted, is not good for doing business.
Planning for 2025 starts now. If you don't put your house in order to sign off 2024 well, that's going to be a challenge for you in 2025. There's going to be a big hole that cannot be managed, and that means that you now have to fall on financial aid from either friends or financial institutions, which come with its own cost in terms of interest that you're paying on it. And so I believe that it's important that we end the year well, being financially disciplined, so that we can start 2025 well and also match up with a budget throughout the whole year.
A partner at law firm AB David Ofosudote has called on professionals in Ghana to collaborate and pool resources to achieve economies of scale and undertake major projects. According to David Ofosudote, many experts in the country are missing out on significant opportunities across the continent due to their limited individual capacity to compete for large contracts. He made these remarks at a stakeholder consultative forum organized by the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry on climate adaptive strategies for sustainable infrastructure development.
These two companies I've mentioned were all set up after a lot of the engineering firms in Ghana were set up. A lot of them. Yes, I'm not kidding you. After that, I can give you the data. Put it in public. One of them employs 18,000 people. Because here, every architect wants to be the special architect who designs the best buildings in town. And every engineer wants to be the best engineer because they are first class in school. And same as lawyers, they think for the rest of their life. We don't come together. And if professionals can come together, how can contractors come together? As I sit here, South Sudan, the Ugandan government, people are asking me for major contractors around Africa who can do major work in East Africa. I can't find them here. I'm not kidding you. Yes, one of our neighboring countries is asking me on a project to recommend contractors. I can't find them. So you go to Portugal, and each of our contractors is capable enough, but they can't come together. These are the things I expect professionals to think about. Then when you organize yourself, you can put enough pressure on government.
Harmattan Ghana Limited, a leading food manufacturing company in Ghana, has embarked on a festive procession through some principal streets of Accra. Well, this is a part of the company's 25th anniversary celebration.
The Cowbell Center Parade took place along the route of Odoko, Dansoman, Kaneshi, Nongwa and Spintex, highlighting the importance of kindness and generosity during the Christmas season. The event featured colorful floats, marching bands and distribution of the company's products, Cowbell, Trisco, Onga and Yamvita to customers. The marketing manager for Promasidor Ghana, Michael Hagan, said the parade was to celebrate and thank customers.
As part of our celebrations to climax our 25th anniversary here in Ghana, we embarked on an outreach program through the principal streets of Accra, and we started on the western part of Accra, and we're driving towards the eastern or through the eastern part of Accra, literally just to say thank you to our consumers, and also considering the fact that it's Christmas, is the festive period. You know, it's a time of the year where merrymaking, exchanging gifts, or giving back to the society or to the less fortunate is also part of the key highlights of Christmas. We as a brand decided to embark on this outreach just to celebrate with the Ghanaians and say thank you for a tremendous support for the past 25 years.
So the company cherishes its customers and consumers.
We've ensured that every single product that we've brought out onto the market has satisfied the particular need of the Ghanaian consumer. So we're not going to relent on this. It's still going to be our central theme, our focus, and put the Ghanaian consumer first.
The Cowbell Center Parade created some excitement on the streets while promoting other brands within the Promasidor Ghana Limited portfolio.
Well, that's it for the very latest in the world of business. For more business news stories, do well to visit our website. It's www.3news.com.
Through every step of life's unpredictable journey, every moment counts. That's why you need a partner you can always trust for solutions, so you can be rest assured. Have having impacted over 200,000 lives, processed over 4.2 million claims, partnered with over 400 corporations, paid out over 836 million Ghana cedis in claims, contracted over 1,600 healthcare facilities nationwide, and pioneered several innovations like free medicine delivery, an interactive mobile app, and more. You'll be surprised what can be accomplished in 20 years. We're part of the Nationwide family. Are you? Nationwide Medical Insurance, 20 years of leading the way.
There is a business in every woman. And then she works, juggling all that matters to her in seeming effortlessness. One thing is for sure, there is a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Accelerate your growth with finance and investment initiatives. Extend your reach with a free business website, access to digital and physical marketplace. Be empowered through exclusive networking and thought leadership platforms. Enjoy bonus reward with our Red Loyalty and lots more. To benefit from this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Colgate Herbal is formulated from a unique blend of natural herbs, scientifically proven to strengthen teeth and keep gums healthy. Try Colgate Herbal, scientifically proven for strong teeth and healthy gums. Choose natural. Choose Colgate Charcoal. This advert is FDA approved.
My head really aches, feeling cold and feverish.
Sorry. I know the solution to your problem. It is Procode.
Procode? I bought some 3 days ago, but I'm not seeing any improvement. You can even have a look.
Let me look at it. This is fake. Let's go to the drugstore. Please, we want Procode. No, not this.
Oh, but this does the same work, and it's even far cheaper.
No, we insist you give us Procode from Kojak. I don't understand why people give this fake Procode. And where they don't give the fake one, then they give you a similar one with a different name and tell you it works the same. But it is not so. The only Procode we know is from Kojak. If it's not Procode from Kojak, then we won't accept it.
Wow. So this is the original Procode. It has the logo and Kojak boldly written on it.
Yes, for quick and effective relief from headache, flu, nasal congestion and other feverish conditions, insist on Procode from Kojak.
Procode, K-O-J-A-C-H. Procode.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News360 with your Reku Ampofo. The second edition of the Flag All-Star Family Tournament took place at the Adringano AstroTurf over the weekend as defending champions Elite successfully reclaimed their crown in a 4-team tournament, defeating Cape Coast Predators in the final. The second edition of the Flag All-Star Family competition took place at the Adringano AstroTurf on Sunday as defending champions Elite successfully defended their crown in a 4-team tournament, defeating Cape Coast Predators in the final. The head coach of Elite, Albert Allen, believes the National Football League, which has produced talented Ghanaians like 2024 Super Bowl champion Ekol Boydo, has come to stay in Ghana.
NFL is here to stay. We are in it for the long term. So I myself with Elite United, we develop players into the IPP program where then they have an opportunity to join a school and play and have an opportunity to advance to professional competition.
The Vice President of Ghana American Soccer, Jibril Hamza, also called upon the government and other corporate bodies to help in the development of NFL in the country.
We need support from, the Ministry of Sports, the government, to help us expand this program and this sport to make it a household name like soccer.
In subsequent years, the Ghana-America Football Federation will aim to extend its reach nationwide as they continue to host variety of championships. Let's move to football, where Gotham FC have signed Ghanaian midfielder Stella Nyamiche from Ghana Women's Premier League side Dreams Ladies for an undisclosed fee on a 3-year deal until 2027. The transfer is, however, pending receipt of a P1 visa and international transfer certificate. The 19-year-old has been with Dreams Ladies since 2021. Earlier in the year, Nyamiche captained Ghana's under-20 team at the 2024 FIFA Under Women's World Cup, starting in all 3 group games, scoring 2 goals and providing 1 assist. To some more football, where LA Galaxy winger Joseph Painto has opened up on his relationship with Ghana head coach Otto Addo. It had been widely circulated that there were tensions among the pair after the player missed out on some of Ghana's recent matches.
I'm always committed. It's a blessing when you've been called to the national team to represent your country. There's a whole lot of millions of players, so if you have been choosing to represent your country, then why won't I be committed? I will always be committed whenever I'm being called, always be committed and be ready for the national team whenever they call. And I'm always committed because my national team is also part of me. They have made me also grow up to now, so I'm really committed in the national team. We have a nice relationship, not as people think as it is in the, in the air, outside and all these kind of things. Tuado used to text me and, find out how I'm doing even with my season, tells me I'm doing good, I should keep on and all these kind of things. I have no issue with Tuado, and I think he has also no issue with me, so I think we are in a good relationship now. So that's what I would say. We have no, bad connection or bad relationship towards each other. So I think it's positive for me.
Well, that's how we wrap up the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Ore Kuampofu. You can get some more sports stories on our social media handles at 3SportsGH. Up next on the bulletin is entertainment with Anita Okufu.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by
Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Powered by 3 Entertainment.
Hello there and welcome to the Entertainment News segment. My name is Anita Ekufu, and the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Agyeman, has shared that the invitation extended to the global African family to visit and experience Ghana has led to significant positive outcomes. Speaking at the Beyond the Return Summit themed Beyond New Horizons, he emphasized that the initiative presented a valuable opportunity for exchange of ideas and policy development, making Ghana an attractive destination for tourism, trade and investment. Launched to boost the tourism sector and strengthen Ghana's diaspora engagement, the Ghana Tourism Authority's flagship program, Beyond the Return, has seen notable success. Building on the success of the Year of Return 2019 campaign, the initiative offers a platform for meaningful connections among people of African descent. Looking back at the project 5 years later, Akwesi Agyeman assessed its impact and highlighted its potential for fostering the exchange of ideas, shaping policy directions, and developing strategies that will further position Ghana as a leading destination for tourism, trade, and investment within Africa.
What is the next step forward? How do we work together to grow it? And so I'm happy that a lot of ideas have been prepared, and we are going to put everything together in a document that we've already prepared. So we're going to enhance it, saying that a 5-year look back and also a 5-year strategic plan. I believe that tourism is a low-hanging fruit for us as a country. And we have all it takes. We have our culture, we have our warmth of the people, we have our festivals, we have our adventure tourism, leisure tourism in things like December and GH. And I'm very, very confident that believing in the foundation that have been laid, the sky is really the limit for all of us. And we are going to be on the sidelines cheering on the new administration coming in, the new executive that will be appointed to the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, so that they can also develop upon and build upon what we have done.
The summit brought together local and international business leaders, public officials, entrepreneurs, and industry experts, all focused on exploring opportunities, forging partnerships, and driving sustainable economic growth in Ghana and across the African continent through the Beyond the Return initiative.
So once e-visa is implemented, we know the numbers are going to double or triple because more people can access Ghana without going through, the process of mailing their passports in and getting the documentation together. So this definitely would be an excellent policy to implement and get that system up and running.
And still in entertainment, all is set for the premiere of acclaimed Ghanaian movie director Peter Sedufia's highly anticipated movie One Night Guest. The Christmas film, which features seasoned Nollywood and Ghanaian actors, is slated to hit cinemas across the country on Christmas Day, December 25, 2024.
Any dogs?
I suppose you did not see the beware of dog sign.
No, he intentionally put his face in his way. You intentionally put all your body. I didn't put anybody anywhere.
One Night Guest follows the story of a father who is determined to allow his traumatized daughter, who was pregnant almost completely immobile after her mother's death, to celebrate Christmas. He holds a contest to bring a Santa Claus,
what's wrong with him?
Mrs. Claus, and an elf to the house every year. This year, however, he gets two trios.
Going somewhere?
Hey, no.
Who are you?
Family.
How did you find your way to the house?
The family-oriented film promises a mix of humor, drama, and heartfelt moments. The star-studded cast embarked on a float through some principal streets of Accra, officially inviting movie lovers to attend the premiere. To them, the timing aligns perfectly with the holiday festivities and offers moviegoers a delightful and unforgettable experience.
I'm excited. I can't wait for people to see the job that we've done. It's one thing being on set and turning stories into reality, and another for people to come and enjoy the film. Come tomorrow. I want everyone to come to the Silverbird Cinema. Literally, every cinema you know is going to be showing. So pull up and let's support.
Okay, to be the movie of the year. This is the first time we're spending our Christmas with our fans. So we want them to come, watch the movie. It's the best Christmas gift you can ever give to your kids because we made this for the family.
Award-winning actress Yvonne Okoro played a house help in the family-oriented masterpiece.
It was nice. It was nice not to think about makeup. It was nice not to think about how you look. Because most times when you play the, the kind of society girl or, whatever, you have to think about how you look. But this one, they gave me a uniform. I was like, oh, thank God. And I had this shoe that James Gardner used to laugh at me all the time about. So it was fun. It was refreshing.
What did you expect is to come and see what not to expect.
What?
Should come.
One Night Guest was directed by acclaimed Ghanaian filmmaker Peter Sedufia.
This is showing in all the cinemas that are available in Ghana. Silverbird Cinemas, Accra Mall, Silverbird Cinemas, West Ismore, Ozone Cinemas in Accra, Oyarifa Mall. In Kumasi, it's showing at the Golden Eagle Cinemas. That is the Kumasi City Mall.
And to wrap up, another event you should look forward to, the 3FM Worldwide Party happening this Saturday, 28th of December. Check out our socials, 3FM 92.7 for more details on how to get your table. My name is Anita Ikia Ikufu. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Anita. Coming up, international news.
Mozambique's main opposition leader, Venancio Mondlane, has declared he will install himself as president on January 15 after rejecting his defeat in presidential elections. His announcement came as his supporters staged violent protests across the country to demand an end to the 49-year rule of the Frelimo party. The capital, Maputo, was like a ghost town on Christmas Eve, with almost all businesses shut and people staying at home to avoid being caught up in the worst unrest in the city since Frelimo rose to power at independence in 1975. The latest unrest began on Monday after Mozambique's highest court upheld the victory of Frelimo's presidential candidate Daniel Chapo in elections held in October. Moon Lane had challenged the results, alleging that the poll was rigged. Protests have broken out in Syria after the burning of a Christmas tree, prompting calls for the new Islamist authorities to take steps to protect minorities. A video posted on social media showed a tree on fire in a Christian-majority town in central Syria. The main Islamic faction, which led the uprising that toppled President Bashar al-Assad, said foreign fighters had been detained over the incident.
Well, that's all for News 360. Thanks very much for making a date with us. For more news, you can log on to our website, www.3news.com. And on behalf of Media General and on my own behalf, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Portia?
Merry Christmas to all our cherished viewers. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Happy holidays.